Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Am I audible? So please join together. We're going to offer flower like yesterday. Pick some flower in your mind and offer the flower at the lotus feet of Guru and Gauranga as we go. Please join together. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadabhayam Tadatisha Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitansha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sundavadi Paschatadeshatarine Ancha Kalpa Turvesha. Please offer flower to other devotees also. That's in the Zoom. They are belongs to Krishna. So we offer flower to each of you also. I'm offering. Pancha Kalpa Turvesha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, very happy, very grateful to be here with you all. I'm very eternally grateful to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful contribution, dedication, self-exemplary that we learn that in midst of challenges, how he performed devotional service, something I always look forward because so much trouble comes. This work, that work, but some or other we are maintaining our devotional practice just like Prabhupada wanted. So I'm eternally grateful and indebted to him. I'm also very grateful to be here with you all. So I want two devotees today. Every day I'm going to ask, if you don't voluntarily offer yourself, I'm going to call you. You all have to prepare with one thing. Who remembers yesterday I asked? Somebody can remind me what did I ask so I know that it went to your ear.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
I think you mentioned two things. First was about gratitude, that we have to express our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada or anyone within ISKCON or to fellow devotees. And secondly, you had mentioned that how we are associating with devotees daily. So I
Very
think
good.
yeah.
Is your name Neha, Mother Neha?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. Dandavat
Okay.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam Mata. So can you do me a favor, Mother? I
Yes,
want everybody to connect her if she can help me. that you figure it out, two devotees who is going to do tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday, the next session like this, whoever going to, you have to express your grateful attitude in the audience to Prabhupada, to the society, to Guru Parampara, everyone. Nobody is escaping from it. So 2% every day. So you can contact to Mother Neha Kumar through the chat. You can just say, okay, I'll do next week or something like that. And will that be okay, Mother Neha?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
wonderful.
I'll note
So
down. Yes.
every day you're going to say two devotees' name. They will go. They are going to express their wonderful expression of gratitude. Since you have mentioned today, maybe we can ask you and one more volunteer. Anybody would like to be voluntarily express your gratitude to Srila Prabhupada? Something that is, don't come up with something in the sky, something relevant to your life that you actually feel. Gratitude, as I mentioned, it is a appreciating the great personalities' contribution that purifies your heart or benefited you felt. And this is very important that we do this. I hope everybody understand.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My Dandavat to you. My name is Vikas Dubey, and somehow my number was missed in the first class, so I managed to join today.
Okay.
Um, uh, um, I would like to volunteer along with Mataji.
Okay. I want to again state that word, sentence. Please remember, write it down. Srila Prabhupada says, the progression in spiritual life depends on the attitude of the practitioner. This is the first line he put it. You can look at it in Nectar of Instruction, that how Prabhupada put it. So we have to develop this attitude. Okay, with that note, Mother Neha, would you like to start?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare
Okay, go
Krishna.
ahead.
I am very grateful to Swami, His Divine Grace Swami Prabhupada, for for giving my life a purpose. He has taught us to distinguish the right from the wrong in the form of the regulative principles, and now I can also understand what is wrong with the materialistic civilization and progress on the spiritual path. So I'm very grateful, and my humble obeisances at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada.
Very
Hare
good.
Krishna.
Very good. And because Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I bow down and do Dandavat to my Guru, and to all Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada ji. I express my deep gratitude because my words are not enough to express that gratitude. Because from the time when I got into the associations of devotee sangha, I think I started to travel towards back my home, and now I feel like I am in home. So I express my deep gratitude. Wandering into the jungle of life and having this feeling of coming back home is enormous feelings which I can't express. So I just do Dandavat to the Supreme Vaishnava Lord Shiva and to all the Vaishnava devotees, and may Lord bless us to reach the Prema Bhakti. Hari Bol.
Thank you. So just to refresh with that gratitude, what I understood from both of you is wonderful. Gratitude that each of us should feel. I'm not saying you don't feel, maybe you are feeling already. And if you don't have enough feeling, you should develop. This has to come from within. Gratitude that each disciple or follower should feel towards their well-wisher, great teacher, acharyas. And when you hear other devotee in the audience expressing that gratitude towards Prabhupada, it reinforces your feeling. It is natural. When we verbalize our inner feeling with appreciation, then our advancement opens the door easier. So from tomorrow, Mother Neha going to figure, everybody please just, you can in the chat, you can just mention her what day you want. 3 days a week we do. So with that note, we are going to begin today. Today, I want to just begin with the chapter 1. Who has the book? Can I know who has the book? Everybody has the book, right? Access of the book?
Yes, Prabhuji. Physical book, yeah.
Okay. I want like 1 or 2 devotees or maybe 3 devotees every day to read that particular. Today we're going to read the first chapter and then we are going to discuss. So Satyadevata Prabhu, nice to see you. Can you start reading? Are you available? You have the book in front?
Yes, Prabhu. The first chapter, Prabhu. The first chapter,
Yes.
which is the glories of the holy name.
Yes, you don't have to read the whole chapter, but just, halfway wherever you feel, and then somebody else can voluntarily, and then tomorrow somebody else will, next day.
Prabhuji, I have this physical book, which basically have this prayer, like starts with Gadai Gauranga and explanation. Is the same thing, Prabhu, or is it different? Is it the same thing?
It's the same.
Yeah.
Gadai Gauranga Jai Jannava Jivan Sita Daita Jaya Srivasadi Bhaktagan. But some devotee may have only translation, right?
Okay, Prabhu. I will just read that. Gadai Gauranga Jaya Jahnava Jivana Sita Dvaita Jaya Srivasadi Bhakta Ghana. Glory to the Lord Chaitanya, to Lord Gadadhara, and to Lord Nityananda, the life of Jahnavi Devi. Glory to Advaita, the husband of the Sita. Glory to Srivasa and all the devotees of the Lord. Lavana Jaladi Tire, Nilachale Sri Mandire, Dharu Brahma Purusha Pradhana, Jive Nishtarite Hari, Archarupe Avatari, Bhoga Moksha Karena Pradhana. On the shore of the saltwater ocean in the Nilachala, in a beautiful temple, the Supreme Personality of Godhead descended to this world and assumed the form of a wooden deity to deliver the conditioned souls. He gives both happiness and liberation.
Prabhu,
Saying
once again.
Yeah.
I hope people, please pay attention what we just read, because these are the subtle things. Bhagavad Gita 3.1 in the purport Prabhupada writes, you can look at later. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia. And one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. I don't know if you ever thought that. I thought many times, 1,000 times. I can just take my Japamala and chant and I'll get love of Godhead, automatic. No, it is not going to happen like this and never happen like that. You know Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you know Japamala, you can just chant, everything will happen. Why do we need to understand this philosophy? You can see in Bhagavad Gita 3.1 in the purport what Prabhupada writes. Without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place where one may acquire cheap adoration. If you're looking for some cheap adoration from the public, that you are a good chanter, your name, fame will come, you can do that. But if you want to get Krishna prema, you have to grasp the philosophy very thoroughly. When we chant Hare Krishna, what realization I have inside will produce the result. Everybody understand my point? If I don't have any realization, I only think it is just some alphabet, it will only give some material relief. It will never give spiritual benefit. Why Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote the whole book? Why Mahaprabhu taught so many sloka, 8 sloka, Shikshastakam, so many books are written? Why? Why not just take the Japamala and chant? You'll get it. No, you'll never get it. It is not automatic. It is intentional. Please remember, it is intentional. It's require commitment. It's require effort. So Satyadevata Prabhu just read that Jagannath temple, Jagannath Dev appeared for 2 reasons. And at the end of the class, I'm going to send the MCQ. This is your exam. I'm going to do it every session. No exam at the end, just end of every session. I'm going to just send it and you have to just check. Multiple choice question. It will take like 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So pay attention. Jagannath Dev will not give you Krishna Prem. Even though all Bhagavan are same, but all Bhagavan has a particular manifestation purpose. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Advaita Acharya already was here. He could have given Krishna Prem. He is also Mahavishnu, but he cannot give. In 3rd chapter, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila very clearly says, Ama bina anna nare braja prema dite. Krishna himself said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, without me, nobody can give Krishna Prem. Now, when they are connected with Mahaprabhu, they can give. But Mahaprabhu had to come. Try to understand very scientifically. Then when you chant, where your connection is very important. What is your purpose? So here Prabhu wrote, Jagannath Dev gives 2 results. Anybody heard that? Just now he read. Otherwise you'll be missing.
Happiness and liberation.
He gives material happiness. It is happiness, yes, but I'm talking about here, and liberation. We are not looking for either. We are looking for Krishna Prema, ultimate purpose. Okay, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Say Dhame Sri Chaitanya, Manave Karite Dhanya, Sannyasi Rupete Bhagavan, Kalite Ye Yoga Dharma, Buje Haite Tara Marma, Kasi Mishra Ghare Adhisthana. In the holy abode, Lord Chaitanya stayed in Kashi Mishra's home to bless the human race and to teach the heart of the true religion meant for the Kali Yuga.
Oh, I have a question. 1 second.
Okay.
I just want you to just read the translation, will be quicker and they can read also. Just the translation will be good enough.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
I asked everyone, you have a 1 sloka? Everybody has a 1 sloka that you memorize, or you're going to keep it in front of your eye when you chant? It has to be in your heart. But if it is not in the heart, it has to be in front so it can enter into the heart. 1 sloka, everybody must have 1 sloka that glorifies Mahamantra. I can quote many slokas of this. Ataeb Kali Yuga Nama Jagna Shar Ar Kun Dharma Koile Nahi Hoy Par. In Kali Yuga, without Mahamantra, no other mantra can give you love of Godhead. In Chaitanya Chaitamrita 7.74, Kali Yuga dharma naam bina kalikale nahi ar dharma sarva mantra sar ei shastra marma. Essence of all religious principle is chanting. You can pick your own, or I can help you. I can send it to the WhatsApp group. You can take it one of the sloka. But you have to. I am not forcing you. I'm begging you. But I am forcing you indirectly, out of love, out of affection. Because you have to memorize this sloka while you are chanting. Okay, this sloka is backing. Prabhupada is backing. Mahaprabhu is backing. Shastra is backing. Your realization will produce the result of your chanting. Your faith has to come from a solid substance. It is not the faith we are looking, it is the source of the faith. Very important. So you pick one sloka. Everybody must. I'm not going to tell tomorrow anymore. I'm going to just call Mother Kasturi Manjari, do you have your sloka like this? I'll just call you and you have to really memorize or have in front of you.
Prabhu,
Okay,
can you please, Prabhu, when you have time, can you send some of these references, Prabhu, so that we can pick one of them?
Sure, I'll send you today in the
Thank
WhatsApp group.
Thank
You can pick mine or you can pick your, it doesn't matter. There are many slokas.
Understand, Prabhu.
Okay.
Okay. Taking his liberated devotees with him, he became like a Kalpavriksha tree. To everyone, he taught the signs of love for Lord Krishna, Krishna Prema. He happily heard the signs of devotion from the mouths of many different devotees, and he carefully taught the conditioned souls. One day, after bathing in the sea, Lord Chaitanya met Haridasa Thakur under a Siddha Bakula tree. Happy at heart, he earnestly asked, how will the conditioned souls be easily delivered? Weeping, and the hair of the body erect, and humbly grasping the Lord's feet, saintly Haridasa Thakura said, "O Master, your pastimes are very deep."
One second, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Is there Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary on that previous sloka is also in your book or no?
Yes, there, Prabhu, it's there.
Okay, that 4 devotee, you must memorize that while you're chanting even. That through Ramananda's mouth, Mahaprabhu got the description of transcendental melo, rasa. Through Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's description of impersonalism. Now why I'm saying this, you know why? Because we are born with it, unfortunately, in this age. You may feel insulted if I tell you you have impersonalism in you. But Prabhupada actually said this, we are born with it, 3 attachment. In Bhagavad Gita 4.10, in the purport you can see it. And I mentioned many past times, Prabhupada even was heavy against impersonalism. And then after that, Keshav Bharati Prabhu says, Prabhupada, is that someone, some group impersonalist in India, like you are very angry? You know what Prabhupada said to him? He said, no, I'm talking about you. He was shocked. Me? He said, yes. We are born with impersonalism. Did you ever go to temple, folded your hand, looked at your deity, and after 2 minutes you wanted to see somewhere else, something else? And you went outside the temple and somebody say, what was the turban color of Krishna? You just saw it, you just came out. I know. You know what it is? Prabhupada said, cause of this impersonalism. It's a disease we have. Please, I beg you, accept it. Be humble and say, my Lord, I have a impersonalism. I cannot focus on you. I cannot think. One devotee in Alachua, Mother Akuti, said, after dressing, after few minutes, she comes out, she forgets what was the color of the dress. This is a real disease we have. We think this is normal. No, it is not normal. To forget God's form is not normal. We have to be humble and say, my Lord, Mahaprabhu, I have this disease. Please remove this impersonalism by manifesting yourself in my heart. You have to pray this every day. So through Ramananda's mouth, Lord gave the description of transcendental malum. Through Sarvabhauma, he gave description of liberation, impersonalism. Through Rupa Goswami, he gave the analysis of different rasa. Through Ramananda Rai, he described the rasa, but not breakdown. Breakdown analysis through Rupa Goswami. And through Haridas Thakur, so when you chant from today or tomorrow, first thing you think of your Guru, then Haridas Thakur. Because the glory of Haridas Thakur, how many of you, be honest, that when you put your hand in the Japamala, you think of Haridas Thakur first thing? Can somebody tell me, help me please? Do you think of Haridas Thakur?
Yes, Prabhu, I do think of Haridas Thakur.
Wonderful.
And
No, Prabhu.
between like every round, something different.
Very nice. Thank you, Arun Nayan Prabhu, also being honest.
No, I
Honesty
never.
is very good. You will advance quick if we are honest and sincere. Yes, mother, I could not see you. You says iPhone. I don't know. Your name is not iPhone, I know.
No, it's not iPhone. I don't know. I had an update and my name is not showing. My name is Shirakari Devidasi. I think about my Guru and Prabhupada before I do my japa. I never think about Haridas Thakur.
Very good. But end of this chapter, you will see Bhaktivinoda Thakur always placing his head at the feet of Haridas Thakur at the chanting time. So you can start adapting that.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, Prabhu. Please read. Continue reading, please.
Yeah. I am very poor. I have no wealth of knowledge. Your feet are my only wealth. O Master, what is the use of asking such a question of this unfit person? You are the Supreme Lord Krishna. To deliver the conditioned souls, you have descended to Navadvipa. Please be merciful. Please be kind. O Lord Gaura, please protect me. Please make my heart blossom with happiness. Your names have no end. Your transcendental qualities have no end. Your form is an ocean of bliss. Your pastimes have no end. Please be merciful and allow this sinner to relish the sweetness in them.
One second, Prabhu. I want everybody to be thinking what we are reading here. Haridas Thakur has full knowledge about the glorification of holy name. What is holy name? What is the identity of holy name? How to approach holy name? But yet he says he has nothing. Double, twice he said, nothing, I have nothing. Is that means Haridas Thakur is lying, or is this natural humility that developed in Haridas Thakur?
Naturally.
Very important. Yes.
Prabhuji, it's total surrender to the Lord.
It's a humility. Surrender, yes, surrender is there, but humility is something has to come from each of us. When you advance in chanting, 4 results will come. One thing is humility. It is natural. You will really feel you have nothing. Everything is the mercy of Guru and Krishna. That time your service to Guru is 100% pure. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, he is worse than the stool worm. Is it like, oh my God, how to understand? He's a writer, beautiful, Chaitanya Charitamrita, every Acharya adore. How can he think he is lower than the stool worm? It's a genuine feeling that he has nothing on his own. What he has expressed, what he got, everything is the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. This is what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was expressing. As we advance, we will also feel that actually it is true. It is not some kind of a state of consciousness. It is a reality that you will see that actually nothing we have on our own. Everything that we remember to speak or express, realization, it is only the mercy coming down. Please write it down. We should have a subjective perception, not objective perception. Subjective perception. I'm going to temple to see the Lord. This is objective. It is not true. I'm denying the person within my heart inspiring me to come to temple. It is Krishna within the heart. He came and revealed himself as a deity form. I did not dress the deity. I did not open the temple. It is Krishna's arrangement. This is called subjective perception. It is Krishna's arrangement that I am even speaking to you all. It is Krishna's arrangement. Try to see that you are even joined in this Harinam Chintamani. If you think, well, I thought I will learn, I will achieve it, I will get it, that is objective. Do not focus on objective. Focus on subjective, because it is a fact. It is Mahaprabhu, 1975, the devotee asked, told Prabhupada, well, so many Westerners now becoming interested in Krishna consciousness. You are bringing them. Prabhupada said, no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu attracting them. I am serving Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu is attracting them. Everybody understanding what I'm trying to say? This is a very secret key point. See your life as a Krishna's hand behind it. Don't take any credit, because there is none. It is Krishna who is pulling you. Krishna has the interest. Of course, your attitude is the one what will be counting. Krishna will count your attitude. Karmi, they see the endeavor of others and they judge those people by their seeing their endeavor. Spiritual teacher or guru, they see the attitude of the person and they reciprocate. And Prabhupada is the #1 exhibitor of that. Try to always see Krishna is pulling you in. He wants you to come. There could be some challenges. Krishna put it in front of you, that challenge, for you to be closer to him. That is called subjective perception. Just a little, I'm going to discuss other days also, but some idea. From today, do not see that you are doing. You are being pulled. Say, thank you, Krishna. Always appreciate. Thank you, Prabhupada. Just within your mind, keep on giving thanks. Give him credit all the time, 100%. Say, Prabhu, this is a wonderful Harinam Japa session. It is your mercy that you have written this book. Talk to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'm glad you wrote this book. I'm glad, Haridas Thakur, you actually express. I'm so happy that Mahaprabhu asked you all this question and you gave for our benefit. Thank you for giving me this information. Try to express your feeling to Haridas Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to Prabhupada, whose inspiration, Bhanu Maharaj, is a Japanese Canadian. But Prabhupada brought him and he now translated this book. So appreciate. This is called subjective perception. Your progress will be very quick. Why Haridas Thakur is feeling this humility? Do you want? Yes, we all want. How does it happen? I'm going to give you a short clue. The day you will feel, I want to chant. I love chanting. I want to hear about Krishna. Nothing else is important to me. When that feeling comes, Prabhus and mothers, you are connecting with pure goodness. Without connection with pure goodness, Suddha Sattva, you have no access. By the mercy of Guru, Guru means first installation, mercy of Guru is that Suddha Sattva connection. And if you don't feel, means your association is not going good. It is important that we focus. Am I feeling attraction to Krishna? Am I absorbing Krishna? Why am I not feeling? So the moment you feel connection, that you cannot live without it, you are connected with Shuddha Sattva. This is a one way. I'll explain another day more. At that time, your heart called Chitta becomes saturated with emotion related to Krishna. You know, inside your body, there's a 5 types of air. There is a 10 types of air, but 5 types of air. 2.17 in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada explained this. 2.17, you'll see. In the purport, he writes, Eso anuratma chetasa viditebba. Just mean prane panchada sangbived. Prane. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. These 5 airs within your body, within this body. You are not this body, but you are in the body. And you, the soul, is not floating on the 5 air. You are floating on 1 air called prana. Prana, apana. So the others are different. Today we don't have much time on discussion, but the first is that prana carrying you. When prana carries you, then it submits itself to the air within the body. When it submits yourself to the air, then you get excited. And it transforms, causes appearance of profuse agitation in the body. At that time, you hear anything about Krishna, you feel like it's pillar. You cannot move. You just love Krishna. You'll experience this. 1973, Prabhupada was speaking in Beshasan. After speaking for 1 minute, his voice choked, he could not move. It took 10 minutes for him to come back. And there were 400-500 devotees. One devotee, Babru Prabhu, he told me personally, he said it's difficult to, even I explain, it is different. At that time, Pakistan and India had a problem. So he said, if Prabhupada would tell all of us, we all are American, white body, said, go to Pakistan to preach, we would take the next flight and we all will go there. Those emotions are so powerful when you are connected with Krishna. Our Acharya wrote a song that one drop of that emotion can drown this entire creation into Krishna consciousness when it is connected. We want that. That is the beginning of Krishna Prem experience. Haridas Thakur is experiencing this. Okay, I think our time is sensitive. We have to keep on going. Reading.
Yeah. Should I continue read, Prabhu?
Yes, just the translation, Prabhu.
Okay. You are the spiritual sun, and I am an insignificant ray. You are the master. I am your eternal servant. The nectar of your feet is my wealth of pleasure. The nectar of your holy names is my only hope. O Master, I am fallen. How will I know what to say? Still, I must obey your command. The words you place in my mouth, I will happily speak. I will not try to judge their virtues or faults. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no other. His every desire is always fulfilled. He is eternal. He is the master of all potencies. He is greater than the greatest.
Once again, Prabhu. This is a separate section. Within the chapter, there is a separate section. Now the Krishna, truth of Lord Krishna is revealed. But before that, this is very important. That Haridas Thakur's humility. Please remember this. Self-pity is not humility.
Self-pity is not humility.
Oh, Prabhu, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Oh, Prabhu, you spoke very nice. No, no, it's nothing. I'm just, nothing. This is not a humility. Self-pity can seem like humility because both appear to involve having a low, even negative conception of ourselves, isn't? They are totally different, both in content and consequence. Self-pity is a self-centered. It makes us wallow in thoughts about our problem, our inadequacy, essentially ourselves. I'm sure you can relate to your own life. I'm sure each of us, we did. Maybe one time, more than one time. I did many million times. Not million, maybe 1,000 times. In Mayapur, if somebody would say, oh, you're a good speaker, I would say, oh, no, no, no. I would deny it. This is not actually humility. When the devotee paid obeisances to Prabhupada, he said, Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen. What did Prabhupada say? Oh, that's very nice, humble. No. Prabhupada said, you are not most of anything. Why did Prabhupada say this? Because it's a self-pity. I am most. I am so bad, Prabhu. Sattva Devata Prabhu, I am very bad. I am low class. I am this. I am this. Then you'll be thinking, is he talking about him or he's putting himself as a low? Everybody understanding what I'm trying to say? So be very careful. Self-pity is a self-centered. It makes us. We tend to succumb to self-pity when we feel that life has dealt unfairly with us, or that we are forced to face challenges we are unequipped to tackle. It's true. But devotional humility helps us. Please remember, devotional humility will help you to focus on Krishna, knowing that Krishna is bigger than the biggest problem you have. In contrast, humility actually frees us from self-centeredness. Self-pity is disempowering. As long we indulge in feeling sorry for ourselves, oh, I don't have encouragement, I'm not enthusiastic, I feel like I don't know, I cannot chant, it's nothing to do any good in that. Why? Because we are indulging in our feeling sorry for ourselves. We cannot seek constructive solution from it. Worse still, the more we dwell morosely on our pitiable situation, the more our problem seems to grow. I have seen in my own life, at one time in my life, the more our capacity to solve them seems to dwindle. The resulting aggravated sense of helplessness saps our energy, even may degenerate into chronic depression, even suicidal urges. One devotee told me his grandfather is a Christian and he eats beef. So he said, we made chicken for the, Thanksgiving. So you must come. You must respect your family and everything. So he said, Prabhu, I just ate chicken. I said, why? So, well, I don't want to be rude to them. I said, but you being rude to you. Jarabharat, you all know the story of Jarabharat. He was very kind to the deer, very compassionate to the deer. Can one of you imagine who he was not compassionate to? Himself. First, be merciful to yourself, that you have to remember Krishna before you merciful to other. Prabhupada writes, these two things Jadabharat did mistake. You may say, well, Prabhu, he was nice to the deer. Yeah, but he was not nice to himself. As a result, he has to become deer body again. 2 more births.
What does it mean, Prabhu? What does be merciful to yourselves? In this case of Jadabharat, what does it mean, Prabhu?
He forgot to practice his own sadhana. Is the nature of material world will steal your mind away from Krishna if you don't focus. So we need to enable us to shift our focus from ourselves to the work at hand, thereby providing a constructive channel for our energy. And devotional humility helps us to fix our focus on Krishna, knowing that he's bigger than the biggest problem, as I mentioned before, that he, out of his love for us, will empower us with intelligence to overcome any problem. Such contemplation boosts our confidence. We march boldly through our life changes. Next time you have a problem, you can call me if you do this and you don't get. I mean, not challenging in a way, but I have experience. If you have some challenge, focus how greater Krishna is instead of how big the problem you have. When you focus on how great Krishna is, how merciful Krishna is, your problem become little and Krishna will arrange you to overcome it. I did it in my own life by the mercy. But problem, I'm also giving you warning. Problem is your mind will not allow. Your mind will force you to think only about the problem, not Krishna. That nobody can help. You have to dictate to your mind. Don't try to control mind. Try to engage intelligence to control mind. It's very important. Okay. You can go ahead, Prabhu. Now we are going to talk about Krishna Tattva.
Prabhu, here, when Haridas Thakur said, I am fallen, versus what you were saying about when a devotee or somebody says, like, as a self-pity, I am fallen, what is the difference between the two moods, Prabhu?
One is genuinely feeling, one is artificially pretending.
One is genuine feeling, artificial.
When that devotee is told to Prabhupada, I am the most fallen, does he know what is most fallen means? I met that devotee too.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had no clue, but he heard, if you think like you are the fallen, then you are like getting mercy. We have to be very sincere and honest. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I'm not fallen. I know I am fallen, but I don't feel. Please, my Lord, please, Prabhupada, help me. This is important.
Yeah. The potencies are never independent of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is identical with his potencies. This the Vedic mantras say. Lord Krishna is all powerful. His potencies are his powers and glories. Lord Krishna is one person. His powers and glories have no end. His potencies manifest his powers and glories. These powers and glories enables us to see him. Lord Chaitanya has 3 kinds of powers and glories. They are spirit, matter, and the individual souls. This the scriptures say. The limitless realms that begin with Vaikuntha are Lord Krishna's abodes. The names that begin with Govinda, Sri Krishna, and Hari are his names. His forms begin with his 2-armed form where he plays the flute. His wonderful qualities begin with his quality of giving bliss to his devotees. In Vraja, he enjoys the pastimes of Rasa dance. In Navadvipa, he enjoys the pastimes of Sankirtana. Lord Krishna's wonderful pastimes are like these. All of his spiritual powers and glories are not material. Even though they may be manifested within the material world, they are not themselves material. Lord Krishna's powers and glories are Lord Krishna himself, Vishnu Tattva. Again and again, the Vedas use the word Vishnu Padha, Lord Vishnu himself or Lord Vishnu's lotus feet, to describe these powers and glories. Lord Krishna, Vishnu Tattva, is not a transformation of matter. He is situated in pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. He is beyond matter. Pure spirit, Suddha Sattva, is not mixed with even the slightest tinge of the mode of passion. Goodness mixed with passion or ignorance is called Mishra Sattva, mixed goodness. Lord Krishna manifests his form as Govinda, Vaikunthanatha, Karunadakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. He also manifests many other Amsha avatars, incarnations. They are all his expansions, Vishnu Tattva, and they are all situated in the pure goodness, Shuddha Tattva, Shuddha Sattva.
Are
Appearing
you
in
getting
Golok,
tired? Are you getting tired? Somebody else can read also.
I can read, but if somebody else want to read, please, they can also.
Okay.
Read.
All right. If somebody wants to read, otherwise you can continue.
Anybody else want to read, Prabhu? Mataji's?
Okay, go
I don't
ahead.
mind reading, it's just it's hard to find out where we are right now because it's the translation is a little different, but I don't mind to continue reading if it's possible.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he can continue and you can catch where he's reading and then you can.
Actually, he's reading from a different book, so which
Oh,
is
I'm sorry,
different from
Prabhu. I'm reading from this one. Maybe I'm sorry, Prabhu.
but it's different from the one which is online. It's better
Okay.
to read from that book only.
Okay, Prabhu. Please read it. Please read, Prabhu. Meanwhile, I will download that online book, Prabhu. Please, somebody read it.
Okay, somebody guessed where Prabhu was reading. Mishra Sattva is very simple.
Achit Vaibhav, we have to start from that portion. Achit Vaibhav.
Okay, go ahead, Mother Nilambari.
Okay, Prabhuji. Across the Pircha river, which is separating boundary opposite from the Vishnu forms, spiritual abode, spiritual pastimes, and the other spiritual manifestations lies the non-spiritual realm composed of the universe of 14 planetary systems. This realm, under the control of Lord's illusory energy, is called Devi Dham, the abode of Maya. It is composed of five material elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, plus mind, intelligence, and false ego, which form the gross and subtle bodies of living entities. The seven upper 1 minute. Seven upper and seven lower planetary system are all contained with the Achit Vaibhav or non-spiritual manifestations of the one of Lord's energies. The next section, Jaiva Vaibhav. So whereas the spiritual manifestation, Chit Vaibhav, is the full spiritual principle and the illusory material world, Achit Vaibhav is its shadow. Jivas are atomic particles of spiritual element. Because the Jivas are spiritual in character, they also have some degree of independence and have the potentiality of unlimited bliss, which is natural to the spiritual realm. Those Jivas who resort to Krishna to attain that bliss remains as liberated souls eternally associated with Krishna. But thinking of his own happiness, if one selfishly desire to enter the neighboring abode of Maya, he turns away from Krishna and takes a material body in the material universe. Having fallen into the revolving wheel of continuous activities, good or bad, with their results, the jiva wanders throughout the universe, sometimes in Swarga, sometimes in hell, taking birth with a material body to enjoy life in all the 8,400,000 species of beings. But as you are the Lord, the controller of the jivas, and the jivas are your energies, you are always thinking of their welfare. Whatever happiness a jiva may seek, you kindly bestow it. Therefore, one who desires impermanent happiness in the material world achieves it without difficulty by the Lord's mercy. All the processes to achieve this happiness of sense gratification, such as rules of varna and ashrama, yajna, yoga, homa, and vrata, which are pious activities, are simply material without spiritual transcendental nature at all. The result of these practices, elevation to higher planets and sense enjoyment, are material and temporary. Thus, in such activities for satisfying the temporary senses, the soul remains unsatisfied. The attempt to achieve happiness by gaining a temporary situation in a higher planet is a gross error by soul. Similarly, by the mercy of devotees, a jnani may perform activities of bhakti. Such jnana mixed with devotional activities is also classified as a secondary path of bhakti. Such a jnani easily arrives at the stage of faith in Krishna and can quickly proceed in full devotional service. The servant jivas desiring the truffling fruits in the hell of the material world reject their master, but Krishna, knowing what is best for their welfare, forces them to give up the enjoyment bhukti resulting from fruity activities karma and the liberation mukti resulting from speculative endeavor jnana, and at last bestows the sweet fruit of devotion to Krishna bhakti. It is only the mercy of Lord who is made by pure mercy that he puts the jivas on a secondary path which lets the jiva fulfill his material desires for some time, but simultaneously gives him faith in the process of bhakti. If it is not for the mercy of Lord, how could the living entities ever become pure and enter their position of happiness in the spiritual realm? In Satyuga, the Lord supplied the process of meditation by which rishis became purified. Attaining purification, the Lord gave the treasure of bhakti. Similarly, in Treta Yuga, the Lord arranged for purification of performance of sacrifices, and in Dwapar Yuga, the Lord gave temple worship for purification as paths leading to bhakti. But seeing the pitiful state of jivas in Kali, the Lord gave up hope in the process of karma, jnana, and yoga. In Kali Yuga, such troubles as short life, many diseases, and decreased intelligence and strength afflicts all jivas. Therefore, the secondary paths of karma and jnana, the practice of varnashram, sankhya yoga, and jnana mixed with the little devotion activities are too narrow and obstructive. The only result in Kali Yuga of these paths is deviation from the path of bhakti. Thus, if one takes to these paths in hope of success in Kali Yuga, life will simply become difficult for the jivas. The next section, chief path, bhakti, and the holy names. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Therefore, thinking of the welfare of the jivas in the Kali Yuga, the Lord has descended with his names. The Lord descended and preached the path of Kali Yuga, the process of Nam Sankirtan. Since by this process the jiva may directly achieve the highest treasure of Krishna Prema, which is actual happiness, it is called the major or chief path as distinct from the secondary paths of karma and jnana. In this process, all the jivas has to do is sing and remember the names of Lord constantly. When the impure jiva takes up the process of bhakti for his purification, he is performing sadhana bhakti or devotional service in practice. When his practice reaches purity and perfection, sadhya, in other words, when the jiva achieves prema bhakti, the activities of sadhana bhakti, healing and chanting the Lord's name, etc., remain as the activities of prema bhakti. The principal activities of devotional service are eternal. At the perfectional stage of prema, the means, that is sadhana, and the end, that is sadhya, or the method, upaya, and what is to be attained by method, upaya, becomes non-different. Thus, there is no barrier or obstacle between the life and activities during training and at the perfectional stage. The holy name remains constant in both cases. In this way, the jiva can easily transcend the material world. Haridas continued, I am just a fallen, low person, so much absorbed in sense objects. Being so foolish, I did not even take up your name, O Lord. With tears flowing incessantly from his eyes, Haridas, the incarnation of Brahma, fell breathless at the lotus feet. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's pray that whoever is able to take refuge in the Lord's devotees in devotional service, receives the full effect of holy name, which is touchstone yielding all desires. At that time, the name becomes the center of his existence.
Very nice. Thank you. Now we'll end with this, but I send a chart of in the chat. Can you put this one here? I put this. Can you share this to everyone? Where is this? Can somebody post this one? How do we show this? Okay. This is where we are. Now, just to figure it out, unless somebody can you have to save it.
What happened, Prabhuji?
I want to show that chart. I send you to all of you in the WhatsApp.
Then there should be a screen sharing button.
Prabhu, the screen share right now we cannot do because that share screen, if you press, you will be able to show that, Prabhu. Green color button, share screen.
Okay. So let's share. Where is it?
Next to chat, share screen.
Okay, can you all see?
It's yes, Prabhu. Now we can see, Prabhu.
Okay. I really request all of you. This is not a perfect chart, but the philosophy behind the chart is perfect. But the picture, some student helped me actually to get it. I really want everybody to remember this. The last part of this chapter is nothing but summarized to this. Whenever you think of Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, first of all, your main problem or our main problem that we think Krishna and his name, their difference. Even though we heard it, but still we think, well, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, but I don't see the presence of the Lord in my life. I just uttered the name. Because the shortage of faith, not understanding properly. So here you have to connect yourself. Where are you? I'm not asking where are you in physically, because you don't live by physical. You live by where you feel good, your mind, absorb. If you don't like, you will move out. Nobody lives by physical presence. You live by your subtle. So by subtle experience, you have to see whose name you are chanting when you are chanting the name. Krishna is inseparable from his potency. If you ever think Krishna is there, but my car has an accident, car got crashed, or there's some problem, you don't see the connection, you are not actually connected with Krishna in complete. You connected in one aspect of Krishna. Mayavadi things, impersonalist things, God without potency. But eternally, there is never, ever anything exist that is not connected with Krishna. But how is connected? So this chart will demonstrate. Okay, everybody see on the left side. He didn't put exactly. Okay, everybody, you can make a note probably that Krishna is always, or the supreme absolute truth, I would say like this, the supreme absolute truth, at least few points I want you to all have, is Krishna, who exists by himself, for himself, of himself. Can you hear all? Okay, because I don't see you, so I don't know whom I'm talking to. Okay. Everybody hears, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the Swarup, that verse that where Mataji took over, the Krishna Swarup, the absolute truth or the Swarup of Bhagavan is by himself, for himself, of himself. That's one. Second, he is Sarva Shaktiman. He is the possessor of inconceivable potency. Third, he is the reservoir of all pleasure. Any pleasure, anywhere, anybody enjoying, whether it's a sex or ice cream or Radharani dancing with Krishna, it's all coming from Krishna, not from Radharani. We have to be very specific on this. Krishna is Rasa Vaishaha. He is the embodiment of all Rasa. But Radharani has the possession of that Rasa. Radharani is Krishna also, but she represents the full Shakti. They are inseparable. So, at least these three things, with Krishna being the absolute by himself, of himself, means omnipotence, omnipresent, all this included. That Krishna or that supreme absolute truth has a one internal potency. I'm going to ask you this question. He has only one potency, not two or three. One potency. I'm repeating this. That one potency called Parashakti. And many verses, Prabhupada quote this verse like randomly, hundreds of times. Natasya karjam karanam cha vidyate. You hear Prabhupada lecture, you will hear that sloka, randomly you use. Natat sama abhadikasya dishyate. So that Parashakti is one Supreme Lord, always with one Parashakti. That Parashakti has a three manifestation. I'm trying to pound it. Three manifestation. One is internal potency, marginal potency, external potency. And I'm going to ask one of you to explain me back. And then each manifestation has a three function. Sat, Chit, Ananda, which is actually complete is Sandhini, Sambit, Ladini, or existential, knowledge, and bliss, or feelings. Now, no, bliss, Ananda. In Sat, let's see how he created this. He just sent me like few minutes before I was ready to do. But anyway, but let me see how he did. So everybody is with me. There is a one supreme absolute truth, not two or three. That one supreme absolute truth has unlimited form. Variety is within, but he is only one. Ekam eva advitiyam. Eka brahma ditya nasti. Not two, only one. That one absolute truth has a two manifestation. One is potency and he is potent. Or you can say Krishna and Radha. You can say names, Sita, Ram, Lakshmi Narayan, like that. But just to break this is very important. That one potency, Bhagavan, absolute truth, who is endowed with potency, that potency has a three manifestation. internal Chit potency or Antaranga Shakti. There are many names are there. Madhyastha or Jiva Shakti, marginal, and external or Maya Shakti. And each potency has a three function. So now we come to internal potency. When internal potency function is through how did it, okay, when internal potency, I'm just going to say from what I understood, when internal potency manifests through Sandhini, it is the body of God. It created the body of God, created the body of Radharani, Vrindavan, all the coward boys, girls, all the Mother Nanda, Jashoda, everybody, even Dham, everything in spiritual world, unlimited, all are manifestation of Sandhini. When Sandhini manifests to the living entity, then we are called Brahma Bhuta. We are Brahman, soul, spirit, conscious being. When that Sandhini manifests through the material nature, it's called material world. The 14 planet, Alachua, Florida, America, whatever. Your body, my body is all manifestation of Sandhini potency. So when you see a person, whether there is a good or bad, you immediately think it is Krishna's potency came through like this, through Maya, that's Sandhini. Now we'll go to Sambit. Sambit, in spiritual world, when it manifests through internal potency, Antaranga Shakti, it is the relationship and feelings. Please remember that. When it comes to the Jiva Shakti, it is Brahma Gyan, knowledge about Brahman. When it manifests to the material world, the school, university, everybody is learning, stock market, whatever the knowledge is available, it's all the same potency, Sambit, but it's filtering through the Maya. So it transforms into pleasure, into pain. No, spiritual knowledge into material knowledge. And it binds you, because in spiritual world, Sambit manifests as a feeling and relationship. In material world, it will manifest as a, oh, he's my son, he's my father, he's dead, oh, you're sad, all these things. It is one Krishna's potency manifesting all this. And the Ananda, when manifests in the spiritual world, is called Sevananda. Krishna is fully happy because of that potency within him. Radharani is the predominating deity of that. Balaram is the predominating deity of Sandhini. Krishna himself is the predominating deity of Sambit, relationship and feeling. When that Ananda manifests in the Jiva, it's Brahmananda. Unless he goes to spiritual world, under Sevananda. When he comes to material world, it's Jarananda, material enjoyment. It's the same potency manifesting through Maya or Jiva or internal, Antaranga. Okay, I didn't want to confuse you. How do I go out of this now? How do I go out of this?
Just you can click on the top and say stop sharing screen.
Oh, there it is. Very good. I never do this much. Who can give me some tips? Then I will know that you all got it. Somebody. I know it's complicated, but you must remember while you're chanting, nothing will disturb you. You will see Krishna is everything. And you are approaching that Krishna. You will be always with Krishna. It is important. So somebody has to explain me some. Or you want me to call you name? Then you'll be forced to explain.
This is like postdoctoral this thesis, Prabhu. Very complicated.
Well, Friday we are going to go to next chapter, but this is the essence of this chapter.
This chapter.
To better understand this, we have to see where we are. In order to connect with Krishna, you have to grasp it. Everybody understood that absolute truth is only one. Nothing else exists. He is by himself. Who made Krishna God? Himself. For who? For him. By of who? Of him. This is what concept of absolute truth we think. And he is always endowed with potency. Shakti Shaktiman. Never separable. Always inseparable. Then when you chant Hare Krishna with this understanding, you will see a different force come from within. You will feel the presence because you will see the connection. So who is going to say how the one potency manifests into how many potency?
Three, Prabhu, like the one Krishna is potent and he has potencies, and there are three Shaktis: the internal, external, and marginal.
No. How many potency the absolute truth has?
Three.
No.
No, some with potency.
Parashakti.
No, not so.
Parashakti.
Parashakti. Yeah.
Parashakti.
Okay, one God has one potency, everything. But that one potency manifests into three. Mother Kasturi Manjari, what are those three?
Internal, external, and marginal.
Yeah, you can remember the Sanskrit or English, doesn't matter, it doesn't bother me. Antaranga Shakti, Chit Shakti, same.
Atastha Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all of them have three functions: Sat, Chit, Ananda. Or then this Sandani, Samvit, and Ananda, they manifest through all these three: internal, external, and marginal. So when Sandani manifests through internal potency, then it creates the body of Krishna and all his associates and the dhams.
Very good.
And then when Sandani manifests through the jiva, then it creates it is related to the soul of the living entity. And then when Sandani,
what are the manifestation of through the soul?
Brahman.
Sandini is what?
What, Prabhu?
Sandini in Jiva Shakti manifest what?
Brahma Bhuta.
The Brahma Bhuta.
Brahma Bhuta, very good. And Samvit?
Samvit, it manifests the relationships in the spiritual internal. When it manifests through internal, it creates the relationships.
No, Samvit manifest in Jiva as Brahma.
Yeah, in Jiva as the Brahma Gyan, the knowledge of Brahman. But in the spiritual creation, it is the relationships, and when it manifests through the material energy, the external energy, then all the universities and all those places that are created, that is through Samvit.
Very good. What I would like you to do, also you can draw yourself, little chart yourself and put it. If you like it, you can send it to me personally. If I think, yes, it is aligned exactly, you can post it for everybody. But this is necessary, Prabhu. To get pure chanting, you have to understand Krishna and his energy. Because this will pull out your original feeling for the Lord. Right now we are not connected. This is important.
Prabhu, can I ask a question here?
Yes, Mata.
Related to this. So when we see all this Sandani, Samvit, and Ananda, when it is manifesting through the marginal potency and the external potency, So we understand, I mean, theoretically, like that everything is actually coming from that one absolute truth, Krishna. But when we are seeing the outcome in when it is manifesting through, especially the external energy, which is the material creation, then as you were mentioning that if we see the connection, then our chanting will be completely different. So, I mean, theoretically, I understand a little bit, but realization wise, it is not there at all. So, what to do?
One devotee, he came to Shankaracharya. He wanted to understand this oneness, that everybody is one, no two or three, just one. All are Brahman. He said, "That's it. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm done." He said, "No, no, no. You just entered into school." But that's all you said, that we're all, yes, but it requires practice. Well, he did not listen. He thought he understood Shankaracharya. So he went, while he going to the village, there's a big crazy elephant came. And the mahut means the person who sit on the top of the elephant, you know, the, what do you call, elephant rider or something, driver. He said, everybody moves. He's a crazy elephant. So villagers are moving, but this student, he says, why should I move? Everything is one. Everything is Brahman. Why should I be afraid? Well, unfortunately, the elephant grabbed him and throw him a little far, and he broke his hand and others, and the villager brought him back to Shankaracharya's temple. He said, Prabhu, he belongs to you, and he's here. So in his conversation with this boy, he says, so what happened? He says, I was trying to see everything is one, Brahman. So did you hear the Brahman? Did the Mahut said, the elephant rider said, move? He said, yes, but why should I move? Because they all are one. He said, you don't understand Brahman. You thought you understood. It is one, but it is not what we think, imagining, we understood. It has to be applied slowly in our heart, in your own house. If you can connect to your house, that Sandhini potency manifested through the material nature as my house, but it belongs to Krishna, then you can spiritualize the house. At that time, you will see Golok Vrindavan manifest in your house. Just to let everybody know, Golok Vrindavan is not a different location. Please remember this. It's a different reality. Golok Vrindavan is everywhere. You don't have to die physically to experience Golok Vrindavan. You can experience now in this body. So when you die, your body will become like a dress. You'll really see that it's just drop off. It doesn't bother you because you are with Krishna serving. It's a different reality. It's not a different location. Only required is our consciousness has to be spiritualized. Prabhupada was in Bawari. I don't know if anybody went Bawari, east side. It's a really like a homeless hippie town. It's not even, it's part of New York, but it's not as somebody ever said. It's like a really like a ghetto. Prabhupada says, I see Vaikuntha here. Now, who saw Vaikuntha here, there, except Prabhupada? This is difficult to understand because I'm not eligible what Prabhupada sees. He said, if I tell you what I see up and below, you all will have a heart attack, shock. Like Atriya Rishi Prabhu, he told Prabhupada, I'm going to New York on 20th. You can hear the memories. And Prabhupada said, okay, you'll go to, no, he said, I'm going tomorrow to New York, 15th. Prabhupada said, that's all right, you can go on 20th. So he thought, I am from Iran. You know, he's Orthodox Muslim, Atri Rishi Prabhu, very nice devout disciple of Prabhupada. He joined from Iran. And he thought maybe my English, but I live in New York, maybe my English is different than Indian accent of Prabhupada. Maybe he didn't understand. I said, tomorrow I'm going, but he said 20th. So finally next day came and he said, okay, Prabhupada, I'm leaving. I'm going to go to New York. Prabhupada said, yes, you can go on 20th, no problem. So then he thought, really something is missing. How can it's the same English or not English or what? Well, he went to airport, and airplane those days in early 70s was not too many airplane like nowadays, and there was a very few airplane to go to America from Bombay. So the airplane had a problem, engine. After 4 hours waiting in the airport, the news came that oh, the airplane cannot go. There is some serious problem in the engine. Next airplane that he can fly, can you guess what date was? 20th. When he saw that from the, from the office, he's thinking, did my Guru Maharaj knew this? Or I never understood what he was saying. Did I underestimate it? I thought he didn't understand English properly, or I did not understand what he was trying to say, the truth. This is mundane example I'm saying. So he comes back and he tells Prabhupada, I heard this you said. Prabhupada said, yeah, I also saw that you're living on 20th. But you said something else I didn't hear. So sometimes it's difficult for an advanced devotee. You can be in Miami and be in Golok Vrindavan serving. You can read in 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, Prabhupada says very nicely. That is required. After death, what happened, I don't know. But you can experience now when you are physically present, practicing. Why not we connect with Krishna in that level now? Why after death? When you are connected in this life now, then you have a guarantee 100%. So this Sandhini potency has to be seen in a practical, what you see outside, everything is Sandhini potency manifestation, but Krishna is controlling it through Maya. But you want to be under Jogomaya there. So you can have a Jogomaya within. As you all know, I mentioned that before, we are product of our own decision, not situation. We are product of our own decision, not situation. So you decide, you want to be under internal potency, then focus on those 3 things. Sandhini, Sambit, Ladini. What are those? Focus. And as you progress, after few chapters, you will see it is more clear. You will have more clarity. Any other question? Otherwise, we will end here. Yes, I'm sorry I went over half an hour.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
I have one question. I just wanted to ask Prabhu that Chaitanya Prabhu's Mudra, Prabhu, where he does like, in prayers we do always hand like this. What exactly does this signifies? That opening our hands in the sky, what exactly it means? And what is its significance?
Sanatana Goswami Pad revealed the absolute truth as a Anandam Nartanam Kirtanam. Absolute truth is Anandam. Not that Krishna has a Ananda. Try to understand this. Not that Krishna has a Ananda. Krishna is made of Ananda. I have a money, but if you kill my body, you will not get any money. It's in the bank because I'm not the money. But when we say Krishna has a Ladini potency is not that Ladini potency exists separately. Krishna is Ladini potency also. He is Anandam. His hair, his nail. Why I'm mentioning this? Because your nail and your hair, you cut, right? Sometime, once a month or whatever. But when you cut your nail, if I crash the nail with a big gun, will it affect you? No, because no connection. But Krishna's every part is Krishna, complete. It's Anandam. Anandam manifests in a different feature. You will go to Hare Krishna temple, you'll see the dhoti is like this way. They're like this different posture, because his body is constant condensed form of bliss. When something is so much blissful, it's always Anandam. Then what is the next one? Nartanam. Is dancing. Dancing. If somebody is happy, so much inside, he will dance. When our heart will dance, your body will follow. When your body will follow, then you will go crazy on glorifying Krishna and singing. Anandam, Nartanam, Kirtanam. One devotee said, how come these Matajis, they dress the deity, chadar is like this way, and dhoti is like this way. I said, they are expressing actually what the Lord feels, because his body is all the time dancing. Where is the verse? Nirdosha guna vigraha atmatantra nischeta gunaischa hina anandam kara atra pada udaradi sagatav sabheda vivarjita atma. This supreme soul, his anandam, that his body is uncontrollable, blissful, nartanam and kirtanam. So anything comes in contact, like a dhoti, comes in contact, it flies, because so happy of that leg. When the chador touches, the Lord is so jubilant, sometimes he feels like to give the mercy to everybody. He raises hands. You'll see Radharani is like this. She wants to have you complete of pleasure potency, but you have, in order to, oh, this is a key point. Thank you for bringing that. You cannot have a pleasure potency unless you are connected with Sambit potency. And Sambit potency only will manifest when Sandhini is connected. This is Adilila chapter 4, Prabhupada put 60 to 64. These verses in the purport Prabhupada summarized. So your first connection is Sandhini in pures, Vishuddha Sattva. You are Satchidananda in a sense, you are covered. But to go to spiritual realm, you have to come to that point where Suddha Sattva is connected. When Suddha Sattva connection increases, your heart will have a feeling for the Lord and relationship. That time it will attracts Ladini, pleasure potency. It's a gradual progress. You can't help it. But the first installment is Vishuddha Sattva contact, means indestructibility of spiritual reality. A gunman can be in front of you. Jara Bharat saw that people are there with the machete, whatever you call, we call kharga in India maybe. They are ready to kill him. And he's thanking Krishna for everything. King Rahuguna asks, how is this? These people did not know that you are such a realized, they want to chop your head off. You are such a good looking. And they put, kharga, to chop the head in India, the Tyagis head. So they put all this and he's going with it because he sees Krishna's sanction behind everything. Of course, the Kali could not take it. Kali's deity came out and killed all those Tyagis. And Jarabhara did not say, thank you for saving me. You know why? Because he didn't ask for the protection either. That is a one stage. You can also come. You will feel like this. Middle of the night, David I mean, I don't want to say to him anything. He became a devotee, I heard later. Middle of the night, he went with the knife. Prabhupada didn't have a place to live in New York. He was staying in his apartment. Middle of the night, David came with the knife to kill Prabhupada. It appears like. And he's going like this in front of Prabhupada. Was Prabhupada afraid? Nothing. He's chanting. He had a japumala always next to his bed. Prabhupada said, just put it down. Don't be, just chant. He was very compassionate. He had no fear of that. Of course, who knows what happened to David. He could have gone, it's his own apartment. He could have gone through the door, but he jumped through the window and ran. But Prabhupada was so kind, he didn't even tell the other folks because they will beat him otherwise. In Mauritius, Prabhupada car, Rolls Royce, the Prime Minister gave the Rolls Royce, completely smashed. Brahmananda Prabhu, American Bari, devotee, he said, before crash, Prabhupada was chanting as if nothing, no problem. During the crash, he was chanting. After the crash, he was chanting. But he did not see any difference. You know, during the crash, oh, Hare Krishna. No, same speed, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The car so crashed that it cannot be fixed. Now you may say, well, Prabhu, this is Prabhupada. We are talking about ourselves. But what did Prabhupada say about ourselves? Prabhupada said, you can ask Indraduna Maharaj, he told me, he was there in the class in Paris. Prabhupada said, I want each of you become like me. Why am I traveling all over the world? To teach you how to become like this. You connect with Krishna, you become, you experience indestructibility of spiritual reality, that nothing can destroy you. You are eternal soul. Krishna is eternal. Everything is eternal. Material world is temporary. You will see that realization within you from that connection. This is beginning. Sat, Sandhini potency. Sat connection will there. Vishuddha Sattva. So when Mahaprabhu goes like this, he is eager to give you mercy. Sometimes Mahaprabhu goes like this. He is invoking the Radha Krishna's Jugal Milan and also giving on the left hand down like this, is giving to all the associate, whoever is around. He has a different pictures, depicts difference. It's all good, all beautiful. In Alacha, we have like this. That's where he confused Gauridas Pandit. Gauridas Pandit actually forgot who is the original Gaurnitai because he made the deity and the deity started walking. Then he went, he said, no, you cannot go. Then Gaurnitai started walking. And after going this back and forth, he forgot which one was the original Gaurnitai.
Prabhu, one of the things is like when we do like this,
yes,
personally,
surrender.
I feel there is some sort of freedom, you know, some constriction within ourselves. It seems like opening up.
Yes,
and I don't know
surrender.
And
Prabhupada said like this, when you go like this, is surrender for us. When Gaurnitai does, that's not surrender. They are just giving. But when we do, it's a surrender, sign of surrender. You feel free. Yes, you are right. You feel free. Surrender means actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote a song. Atma Nivedana Kari Chodige Ananda Dekhi. Chodige means four angle, I see happiness. You feel happy, free.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Beautiful. One more question, Prabhu. In our Vaishnava Sampradaya, what is the importance of Shikha? Why we keep Shikha?
Oh, Krishna. This is very important question, but I'm just thinking. Okay, Shikha in a short, there's a picture I just saw other day. Prabhupada is touching the Shikha of this black body devotee. He likes it. He was like squeezing it. The devotee came to pay him obeisances to his. Shikha means, Urdhva Punda means this tilakam, and Sika, these are connected with our spiritual connection through Guru. When you need or your last moment comes, he will pull you out from through this, not in a physical sense. You know, in I don't know if you studied Tantric Yoga, Kundalini Yoga. This is Sahasradhara, this above the head. This is where ultimately consciousness has to come here and you connect with the spiritual world. Sika is directly connecting to that. Sika is very important. And I can put it actually some slokas instead of making everybody waiting for that. And I can put some sloka to show that how important it is to keep Sika. It's very nice. And I'm glad you asked this type of question. Very nice. You are very thoughtful.
Thank you, Prabhu. Please give your blessing.
So we can
Prabhuji,
end here.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Prabhuji, regarding chanting, you know, you said we should be very serious about chanting. I have stayed 16 years as a brahmacharya life, and then it has been 4-5 years to me as a grihastha life. But sometimes, or most of the times, happens like sometimes we don't get taste in chanting. So how to deal with it? This is what my one concern about it.
You're talking about the taste.
Yeah, because unless there is taste, then it becomes like mechanical. just we have to finish our 16 rounds and go on, something like that.
And I see that even you are addressing yourself as a brahmachari, but question comes.
No, I just wanted to say
I'm just telling you, I just want you to remember this.
Yeah.
We have two identity right now. You have one identity is fundamental identity.
Yes, please.
And we have a functional identity. Fundamental identity and functional identity is very important, everybody to understand that. Fundamental identity, that I am a servant of Srila Prabhupada, who is a servant of Krishna. But when you, don't take it wrong way, Prabhu, I'm not judging you or anything. But when you reveal who you are, you did not give fundamental identity, because we don't focus on fundamental identity. What did you focus? Functional identity. Functional identity is, I'm a brahmachari, I'm a grihastha, I'm a human, I'm father of these two children. These are functional identity. I'm a Maharaj, sannyasi. So you have to remember, the functional identity supposed to be under fundamental identity. Fundamental identity, service in fundamental identity, you will get Krishna Prem. But functional identity is to keep balance between this body, the mind, and so we must understand this. The fundamental identity, that you are, who are you, Prabhu? Braja Prem Prabhu. My name is Braja Prem Das. This is not the fundamental identity.
Yes, Prabhu.
Fundamental identity, I am a Shiksha disciple of Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, who is an eternal associate of Krishna. You have to always connect with like this. This type of thinking is fundamental identity. Our chanting has to be on the fundamental identity. Functional identity, oh, I have a business, I have a wife, I have a husband, I have a shop, I have this, I do this, I'm from India, I'm from here. These are functional identity. It's okay. I'm not saying at the airport immigration you give your fundamental identity. Maybe you will not be allowed inside. You have to give your passport functional identity. Prabhupada also did that, but Prabhupada was not thinking he is AC there, Abhay Charan there. He did not think like this all the time. It's only at the airport custom or immigration, he said, yes, my name is Abhay Charan there. This is my passport. But always he's thinking, I'm a disciple of my Guru Maharaj. I'm a follower of Mahaprabhu. Always thinking, this is fundamental identity. So Harinam Chintamani purpose is to come to fundamental identity, not functional identity. Then possible, you will get it.
Yeah, Prabhuji, my
in this world, Prabhu, there is 4 ways when we practice, 4 ways generally happiness is experienced. One is when I chant, I don't feel any emotion of happiness, nor the decision to be happy. Be honest. How many really start chanting and thinking, okay, it will make me happy. I want to be eternally happy. Very rare. We just take the japamala and just start chanting. So there is a one category is neither we have the emotion of happiness nor the decision to be happy. Second category is there is some emotion of happiness, but no decision to be happy.
Yes,
and there is a third category. There is a decision to be happy, but there is no emotion of happiness. I'm going to go to Vrindavan and 1 month parikrama every day. I'll chant 64 rounds. That's it. Decision I made, Prabhu. And I'm doing it, but no feeling coming because I'm not endeavoring and neither focus on that. And there is a fourth category. There is emotion of happiness and decision to be happy. That is needed. How did you do, Prabhu, in Vrindavan? Oh, it was wonderful. We went everyday parikrama and we chanted 64 rounds. Did you experience like an emotion? No. Well, did you decide to get that? No. So how are you going to get it if you don't decide? This is reality. From practical point, I tell you, I practically see that within me too.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So details, when we discuss this, maybe one of these days I'll discuss details on this 4 subject, and then you'll see where you fit, where you want to go. Holy name will give you the highest happiness. It's not I'm guaranteeing, but I have a faith on that because I don't want to be lying to you. I do feel happy, joyful when I chant.
Yeah, Prabhuji, that's I also want to be like that. But to be very honest, it has been around 24 years. It happens. So as we are now being serious about chanting and holy name, so I thought, how should we get more and more nectar? In that concern, I asked this question.
First you have to acknowledge. 11.20.27, this verse, Krishna is revealing this. It says, first you acknowledge that you have some problem or there is a shortage of this or whatever it is. First acknowledge. When you acknowledge, then you think like, why I'm not advancing, why this is bothering, why within me is not connecting. You regret. You must regret. Acknowledge means must regression. Regression has to come. Regret will push you to repent. Srila Prabhupada said, repent opens the door of liberation. You literally will get out of Maya's 3 modes when you repent, when you cry. Self-examination is required. Why did Mahaprabhu give darshan to a biggest Mayavadi? He was teaching even sannyasi, Mayavadi, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Only one reason, not because of discussion. Atma ninda kari kaila প্রভুর শরণ, প্রভু তার প্রভু কৃপা করি দিল দর্শন। আত্মনিন্দা, he criticized himself. I am Sarvabhauma, I thought I am the best in the world. This is such a bogus. Why I am pretending like this? This pretension is horrible in my heart. And he started crying. And he draws attention to see the Lord. So these 4 quadrants, please try to remember. Neither you have the emotion of happiness nor the decision to be happy. This is one category. And I tell you, there are many hundreds, thousands. Devotees are even that category. They're not thinking, oh, I have to be happy, I have to have a feeling for the Lord. No, maybe it's good to hear, good to think for a moment, then forget. And the second category is there is a decision to be happy, but there is no emotion. And the third category is, sorry, that is the third category. Second category is there is an emotion of happiness, but no decision. So it does not sustain. And the fourth category is there is the emotion of happiness and decision to be happy. We'll discuss one day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you all Friday.